This is the networker approach. Say it with me. I'm a networker.
I'm a networker.
Look to the person next to you and say, I'm a networker.
I'm a networker.
Amazing. So do everything you can to get an email or a business card. In fact, pull out a notepad. Pull out a notepad if they don't have a business card. That's something that will actually really just increase your conversions. Have you ever found that you ask for a business card and then there's that awkward moment? It's like, well, I don't know. Okay, well, I guess it was nice knowing you. Yeah, I had that moment, right? And then, when that problem could have just easily been solved by just pulling out. I actually have at Staples, man, they should be like my partners or something, because I always refer to them business. But literally a notepad, like from them, like for $3, you can get like little pad of paper. Like seriously, jot this down because it's really useful. And it comes with a black leather sort of a thing. $3. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know something from the tower.
It's like a detective booklet. When you pull it out, you look like a detective. Like you've got your own, honestly, like I think phones are great, but they're kind of tedious. They're still to this day, they're very hard. You got to punch in all this stuff. You're not even looking at the person in the eye, and you're kind of doing this. It's really odd. I still, to this day, the body language. If that's your thing, cool, whatever. If you love your gadgets, I'm not separating you from them. But I mean, sometimes it's easy to just go simple. Like even these booklets, if I hand out stuff, write on them. Like that's what they're there for. If you want to make contacts, and if the other person doesn't have a business, many times I don't have my business cards. Like even though to this day, like because. For me, like I actually, like my business cards are pretty unique. I have to actually stamp in gold something, and then I have to actually flip it over and stamp something else in black. And it's just authentic, like uniqueness, that the reason why I do it. But yeah, you'll see it actually. I brought it up for you guys. So that's why though, sometimes not everyone can have business cards, and especially if they're expensive. Sometimes you don't. You want to save them for the right person as well. So, and let's just be honest about this, because sometimes you spend a lot of money on business cards. Some people may. I know places where you can get like thousands of business cards for maybe $50 to $100. So, but the thing is, the quality is that whole quality quantity ratio. You have to understand. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to give your business card, you can always get them to jot it. You can actually be honest about it. I've told people, I'm like, listen, I have 2 business cards left, and I don't know if I'm going to meet Barack Obama or something. So, and I'm not saying I'm not endorsing Barack Obama in any way or anything like that. I'm just using him as an example. I don't have any political affiliation. I'm just joking. But the thing is that, if you meet someone very influential, you want to give it your best as well, right? So, have you ever been in that moment? It's like, I ran out of business cards. I just met you. I could have given it. Well, if you're down to that one last business card, save it for in case, because it actually does happen. Sometimes you may meet that crazy celebrity or influential person, and you're like, here's my card, and you want to be that. But if you pull out a notebook, it becomes but again, even with people who are influential and that sort of thing, they'll even write down their contact information. And even if they don't want to give their contact information, they'll still write their Twitter handle. And that's another way to, he's got this. You got this, right? You got this, okay. Yeah, so. Be interested in them, introduce yourself, and make sure that you ask the following questions. What do you do? Simple. I know it, and this is in a very sincere way, actually. It's not, this is not being direct, just asking them, what do you do? Like, hey, so what do you do? But not, what do you do? But what do you do? So, how do you operate? Like, what, these are some of the questions that get them talking. But the key here is, you don't do that much of the talking. You do only about 10% of the talking. You just listen, and then you get the business card or the contact information, because then that shows that you're actually willing to listen to them. So listen more, talk much less. That's the important. That's what you have to do. Absolutely. In fact, you should be so cool that they shouldn't even know what you do. That's for them to find out later. And it's surprising. I know it's weird. But if they don't even know, what you do and whatnot, and they actually get curious and they want to find out, and they may actually look you up. So that's the interesting thing about those sort of dynamics. But in many cases, you do have to introduce yourself. Some people, if you purposely try to hide it, that just looks shady, right? So, so do actually, like, if they ask you, what do you do? Just say it. Don't be like, I'm not going to say anything. That's pretty douchey, So. who is an ideal person for you to meet, and why would you want to meet that person? Why? And ask them that why would you want to meet the person that is their ideal contact? One of the best questions, man, honestly, why would you meet that ideal person? And also, who is your ideal person? Because then you're actually telling them that, listen, I care about who your ideal client would be. If it's a business owner, it's like, hey, how can I get you more clients? What can I do? How can I help you? How can I serve, right? Pretty cool, right? And it helps them and has them, recognize it. If you see a value exchange right away, hint that. Let them know that, listen, I see something here. I can't wait to share with you what I do as well. And I'm gonna just get your contact right now. We'll get a cup of coffee and let's just talk about this. Right there and then, if you just get that, yeah, absolutely. And most of the time you will. And it's like, great, it's already done. They've already agreed to it. Now it's just a matter of scheduling it effectively. Make sense? Okay. So now I'm gonna have you guys take, hang on one sec, summarize the conversation and move on to the next. Yeah. So you also have to summarize the conversation as well. So if someone is talking, this happens. Have you ever had that situation when someone is talking way too much, and it's very difficult to have them stop? This is the way to handle that. Okay. Just summarize what they just said, and just say, listen, so I guess that's it, and we're gonna be able to move forward, and I'll give you a call, or I'm gonna send you an email, because I know that time is sometimes valuable, and it can be so, because if you get that person in their zone and then they're just going for hours, and not hours, but many times, sometimes the minutes, it boils up a little bit because you want to be able to make the most out of the event, but that person's just talking. Well, you can literally say, listen, I just heard you and you said this and this and this. I think this sounds great. You know what? I really want to give you the time, but let's do this off the record and let's talk, over a coffee. Makes a huge difference, and that person respects that. They'll be cool as long as you're sincere about it. Just focus on the sincere part, then you're good. If you come across as an idiot, or a douche, then they will actually. And when I say that, I'm not trying to say or express that you look like. I'm just being. It's just fun. Sort of a banter sort of a thing that I do. So now what I'm going to have you guys do, and this is going to be cool. I want you to try this out. I'm going to have you guys do this for literally 6 minutes. So that means you should meet I'm going to push you for 2 minutes per contact. And literally I want, if you get stuck, just look back here, but really just engage with each other based on these scenarios. And I want you literally 3 people. Each of you should meet 3 people. Okay, you've got 6 minutes, go.